I'm Dave.
I'm Gerald.
And I'm Troy.
Together, we're the Manhattans.
And we're hanging out with Stacey Bey on thevibin.com.
Live at backstage at the City Winery. We just witnessed the legendary Manhattans performance, and they'll be back here shortly, and we're going to talk to them, find out more about the group, what they have going on now, and what's coming up next, and all that other good stuff. So hang tight.
Baby, when you touch, I love you so much. You're all I ever dreamed of.
As promised, I'm back here with this legendary group, the Manhattans, that just killed the stage. How are you guys?
Just fine, thank you.
Just fine. You see they're sweating because they murdered the stage, literally. First, we're going to get some names, so we're going to start over here.
Dave Tyson.
Troy May.
Gerald Austin.
You see, Gerald Austin. You guys did an amazing show. I may look young, but I love your music because my mother plays it all the time, and I'm a super fan. And first, I want to know is how is it that, well, how do you feel about the name, the Manhattans, and your music still being timeless at this moment?
It's a wonderful feeling because we tried to write songs from the beginning. Songs that will be lasting, songs about life, songs about falling in love, falling out of love, making love, and the real things that happen in life. Yeah. And that's why we sustained this long. That's why and the name, the Manhattans, is from the skyline, New York City. And we just wrote about life. We wanted to sing songs that people could identify with and would always remember.
Indeed. So tell us about how the Manhattans came to be, because you're not the original members, correct?
I joined the group in 1970 when George Smith passed away. And I stayed with the group, years. Okay. And then I did a solo career, and I came back for a reunion. Okay. All the guys didn't want to come back, so then that's when we got Troy May and Mr. Dave Tyson. Story about Dave Tyson. We won't go there yet.
Oh, let's hear. Let's talk about Dave Tyson. Tell us, Dave.
What you want to know?
What's the story?
I started in 1994. Okay. My brother connected me with Blue Lovett and Gerald Austin for a meeting to
Tell it all. Tell it.
To have an audition for the group. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Come on, the audition tape.
Yeah, audition tape.
My brother gave me a Temptation uniform.
Oh, okay.
And I had somebody videotape me singing one of the Temptation songs. It was. I was.
Oh, okay. That's what you say.
He was singing a song. And the Blue said there was pictures on the wall.
All right.
Of Jesus Christ in the middle, Martin Luther King, and John F. Kennedy.
Go ahead.
And John F. Kennedy.
Okay.
And they said I was doing the Temptation step.
Okay.
Well, anyway, they got me the job.
Got it.
So the Temptations, well, I mean, you all, you fit in like, it just, like you're meant to be. And we're going to talk to you as well because, now, I'm assuming you're the choreographer.
No, I'm not.
I would assume that by looking, because I'm like, oh my goodness, he has so much. I mean, you all have energy, but you have a lot of energy. So tell us a little bit about you and how you connected with the group.
Well, I've known Blue, I'd say about maybe 4 or 5 years or so, prior to me joining the group in 1994. I was a so-called solo artist trying to make it in New York City, trying to get a recording deal, and he took me under his wing. And when the group, he spoke to Gerald, and they decided to get back on the road, he told me, look, why don't you, come join up with us, get some exposure, a couple of weeks or so. That's probably all it's going to last. Okay. Here it is, 24, 25 years later. And still here and still going strong. So awesome. I'm forever grateful. Yeah.
We're grateful for all of you guys. I mean, again, I'm young, but y'all got to check these guys out. Yes, the energy is definitely there. And Mr. Austin, so being handpicked to replace Smitty, right?
Yeah.
How did that feel for you? Tell us about that.
Well, I was in college, and I had called Gerald Austin and the New Imperials, and it was first semester in college, and the group was performing at my college. They were on tour with the Supremes, so they had a few down days, and they picked up gigs along the way. So they picked up the gig at my college, and they needed a sound system. And I set up my sound system, and they heard me singing, and they walked in and asked me to open the show. And then it took my name and address. That was on a Friday night, and on Monday morning, I was on the way to Dallas, Texas, and the rest is history. George, the original lead singer, illness got worse, and had to send him home, and which later he died that December.
Amazing story. Well, I want to know, because if you were not here, I tell you have to check out the Manhattans whenever they come to your town. The energy, the choreography, the vocals. How much rehearsal time do you guys put in, and who helps to?
Well, our original choreographer was Pop Charlie Atkins, and he passed away. And then sometimes he made Troy the captain. He did make him the captain. And sometimes my wife, she's a dancer, Edna, she would help us, tighten it up. But we just keep it going, and sometimes we do it ourselves, which works, because we do the songs according to the lyrics, the way we feel, and it comes out to be the story of the song in some small way.
We need to know how you guys, or what is your regimen to stay looking so youthful?
Well,
and to not get winded out there. I mean, I've seen other artists that, and younger, they get a little winded. So what's your secret?
well, rest.
Yeah, rest is
We leave here, we go to a hotel and go to bed. Yeah, it's not as easy as it used to be, and like back in the day, we used to be ready to party and hang out. But it's not like that no more. We've grown, we matured, and we realize that we need our rest so that we can be able to give and perform for our audiences.
Okay, I'm not going to take up too much time, but I do want to know now, from the music back then to the music you're hearing now, what would you say is missing in R&B soul music? I think I know the answer, but
let Troy got a good thing.
what's missing. Well, I often say there's a difference between a song and a tune. A tune will last a little while as long as everybody's popping their finger to it. A song will last forever. And we try to stick to songs. Songs are much deeper as well, and they touch people a lot deeper than a tune. A tune is, okay, let me get on the dance floor, dance a little bit, that's okay. But a song will move you forever. So that's what we love to do.
That's the difference. That's the whole thing. Yeah.
well, I'll add one thing. You guys tell me if you agree. I would say that they're not loving women in music anymore. That's one of the things I said. Men are like the men, that are, when I hear the music, the R&B music, I don't hear men loving their women in music anymore.
Different stories.
Different story.
Yeah, we won't go into that.
That's a whole nother story, right?
Yeah.
Great. Well, what advice would you give to any aspiring artists coming up now that are trying to get in this industry? What is the most important thing that they should know?
Now, run.
Run, okay. All right, well, at least you're honest.
I would tell them, keep their faith in God, first and foremost. You got to keep God first in all that we do. Learn about the business. Be true to their art. Be true to this music. If you're a musician, if you're a singer, whatever, be true to it. And not look for the instant gratification, because that doesn't happen. It just don't work. Instant gratification, you lose it just as quick as you get it. So you learn about the business, keep your faith in God, keep God first all the time. And the rest will follow.
Great advice, great advice. What's next for Manhattans? Where can we find you guys?
Where's our next day?
California.
Yeah, California. We're Palm Springs on the 30th. Yeah.
All right. This is the Manhattans.
we recorded. We're in the process of
New music.
some new music, and hopefully this single will be out by July because it's a summer song, and yeah, but at least it's called "Get It Ready."
Okay. Get it ready. Did you write that?
Yes,
Okay.
I wrote it with our keyboard player.
Nice. So it should
Curtis.
be out next month. July.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
And we can find that where?
It will be on our website. You can get it from iTunes. All the website is letsjustkissandSayGoodbye.com. Yep, that's it.
Simple enough. Thank you, God, so much. I'm so humbled and appreciative. I'm going to go back home and listen to more music because it's timeless. So it can go on and on. But I thank you for giving me time. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys for watching. It's your girl, Stacey Bey.
Leave it alone.